Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your general freestyle for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a general reading, so it's not necessarily centered around love and relationships, but if it comes up in the spread, I'll be sure to let you know. Let's see what we got for my Cancer, please. Current energies for my Cancer. Look a little bit into who you're dealing with, situations, upcoming. Current situation for my Cancer, please. What's going on with my Cancer? Overly controlling, tyrant, sort of. Look like the Seven of Swords. It looked like, okay, so with that being said, it didn't necessarily come out, so it's just an idea. Look, if I am dictating the movements and situations of everybody around me for what best suits me solely, not even, what suits them at all, but just what suits me. Be it, I pay the rent around here, or I pay the bills around here, or I'm the boss around here. It doesn't matter. People have their right to have their own being, their own sense of self. Money shouldn't sell it. Property shouldn't sell it. Nothing should sell that. But I think it's sprouting from some sort of lack of control, lack of stability in your own self. Now, I mean, I guess I could have told you that, but, this is strange. Okay, so I have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Cups, right? Now I have the Three of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the Chariot in reverse. So there's so much completion here, right? It's like you're standing on the edge of the cliff, basically, when it comes to operating and working with those around you, right? It's not really going anywhere. I could comply all day. Now, this could be people that you're dealing with, energies around you, or it could be you. But I can comply all day. I could give you what you want, give you what you need. I could jump in circles 3 times, hula hoop, hop on one leg. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't get me anywhere. It doesn't, like I followed, and it doesn't get me anywhere, right? But the Judgment card is there. So there could be some sense or some feeling of evolution, of ascension. Now, it doesn't necessarily look like it on the outside, but you're thinking about things differently. You're doing things a little bit differently, or maybe it's just part of the process. Learn to trust the process, Cancer. But this is what really has me confused, right? It's like a thorn in the side, needle in the haystack. So there's some one little bitty hitch, right? Because for the most part, with the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, like, what is rocking your world, Cancer? What is really bugging you? Because it's not really your outside situations. It's something a little bit deeper than that, isn't it? So let's look into that. No. Three of Swords. Okay, so some sort of past heartbreak, some sort of red herring of a situation, right? Like, I might be blaming it on this, and this. I might be complaining about this, and this. I might need control or overly controlling over this, and this. But in all actuality, it's that one thing that I'm kind of skirting over because I really don't want to admit it to myself, or I don't want to admit it to you, that it bothers me. Right? Now, this is where the Emperor in reverse could represent some sort of internal insecurities. I'm unstable. I'm not feeling stable. Like, and even though we're going places, that's interesting, because even though You are ascending. Even though you are evolving, something feels stuck. And with the Chariot in reverse, that's your card, Cancer, by the way. Let's get to the root of the issue, because, I don't think it's your exterior situation at all. I want to look a little bit further into the Ten of Swords and the Chariot in reverse. Can I have a couple of cards, please? Can you help open this book for me? How about that Ten of Swords first? What's that thorn in Cancer's side? Nine of Cups. This is kind of bad. Because with the Nine of Cups being that I'm done with the Ten of Pentacles, right? Building something long term. The Ten of Cups, another family-related building something long term. But the Nine of Cups is a very single kind of feeling, right? So it's probably a little bit of gaslighting, to be honest with you. I didn't say it that way at first, but when I am picking at all kinds of different avenues just because I don't want to admit to myself that I'd rather be single, or I feel this way, right? It's quite interesting. That's that evolution. That evolution that you're not seeing is that evolution that you're not really recognizing. I've been evolving. I have been changing. And as I change, certain things that did line up or resonate with me might not resonate with me any longer. So I think, Cancer, for the most part, at this point, it's a good time to start to be honest, like completely honest with what's actually going on before you damage the person that you're dealing with. Now, if this is not you, if you don't feel this way, then it's possible that your partner is trying to make you jump through hoops, trying to discord, disturb the peace, kind of, always complaining about something, but it's not really the issue. The issue is that they just rather be single. Now, how about this Chariot? How about the Chariot in reverse? Can you clarify the Chariot in reverse for me, please? No, that's way a lot of cards. Okay, what I have is the Six of Swords in reverse. I have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's not going anywhere because somebody keeps coming back to a situation that is not fair. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why you're treating me this way. But if I come back to you and I'm overly accessible or overly attentive, right? And then the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. Maybe it is just time to split, Cancer. There's this brewing, there's this feeling of a new journey, a new start. I've got the Temperance card, Strength card in reverse, right? And Judgment, or the Awakening. And then the Devil is in reverse. Wow. Major Arcana just coming out the wazoo, just flying out from everywhere, right? But the way that it's laid out, like I said, somebody keeps coming back to or going back to a situation that is obviously unfair, right? Maybe it's just a lack of understanding. But the willpower, I don't think you're going to overcome this beast, right? I don't think you're going to overcome this beast. The Strength and the Upright, yeah, maybe. A meeting of the minds. Maybe there's a little bit of balance between the dark side and the light side, the yin and the yang, the yes and the no, the male and the female, or whatever, right? There's a little bit of a balance. But your Strength card is not in the upright, is it? It's in reverse. But the Awakening, the bowing, right? This is a bowing. This is a humility. This is a mourning. This is a This is a very powerful situation, honestly, because I think at some point, like I said, you've got kind of got to be honest with yourself. And the Devil card right here is in reverse. So unbinding yourself from this conundrum, right? Now, like I said, I don't know the specifics. It just kind of came out. So I like to go ahead and point my finger at you because you and I are in this room, right? I don't like to be talking shit about somebody that's not in the room. So, but there's a possibility, I think, that you keep returning to a situation kind of insecure, unstable, right? You work with this person, work with this person, work with this person, and you feel yourself growing and changing, but the situation itself is not growing and changing. It's not getting any better. You know, been at it for a long time. Everything looks happy, but there's something that's just not right. And I think that one of the parties, be it you or your partner, just would like to go at it alone, right? As far as it goes, sometimes we just change as people, you know. And Cancer, I know you've been going through a lot, basically. And it would cause some sort of negativity, right? It really would. Justice in reverse, because it still seems like there's something, some unanswered questions, some I don't understand why, right? But it's just like any chemical reaction. Any change promotes more change of the like suit. So if you've been going through mass amounts of change, right, internally or otherwise, it's going to start to reflect in your outside world. So one of the parties could be changing and the other ones could, I don't know, be stuck doing the same thing, refusing change. Well, I wasn't the one that ever really had the problem. It wasn't my family, right? It wasn't my drug addiction. You're the one that needed to change. But the thing is that as an addict or as somebody that was having family problems or something like that, that is what drew me to you. And now that I'm over it, if you don't change, I'm going to get past it, and all you're going to do is welcome somebody in the door just like I was before I decided to change. It's just the way it is. Call them school teacher or what have you. I don't know what you want to call them. But this situation is one of being unbound, right? That Three of Swords, like I said, it seems like a pretty heartbreaking situation. It seems like something that that you're going to have to, or there will be some healing. And I have a little bit more information on what's up for Cancer. What's going on with my Cancer? Besides the situation, of course. Like, you know, if you were coming to here to see if, you know, there was a third party or if they were cheating on you or something like that, no. They just, it's a flexing. They just want some space, or you just want some space, alone time. Because the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, a card of being emotionally independent, right? The Queen of Swords, right? The Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Again, I get this idea where one person is very solemnly looking at the truth or trying to discern the truth, right? The Queen of Swords, she's upright, no nonsense, black and white. Just tell me what you want to tell me, and then we can go from there, right? The Page of Cups. It's an idea that there is a little bit of empathy. Like honestly, I don't know what's wrong with you, right? You never complained this much before. things didn't get on your nerves as this much before, right? Like, what is going on there? There is a heartfelt, like, I understand that you're not content. I understand that you're not happy. I understand all these, but I've jumped through every hoop and I've tried to work with you, and it's still, we're making no progress. So what's actually going on? And you could be trying to lend that little extra ear or that little extra hand, looking through for like therapy or something like that. Let's go get an ice cream. Let's have a beer. I don't know. Like, you're trying to ease, or somebody is trying to ease the situation. But with the Queen of Wands right here as the counterpart, if we're both operating from our feminine, right? Pleasing, catering, but the Queen of Wands is in reverse, then it's not catering. It's catering to myself, or overly catering to myself, or, you know, selfish, arrogant, egotistical kind of feelings, right? It doesn't really matter. But I do know that usually the Queen of Wands, people don't like to receive that kind of energy, you know? So do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, if you acted that way around me, I wouldn't really like it. And the Queen of Cups too. So we got all the queens out, right? The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. So something that I'm doing is stopping from being productive and emotionally stable. And I can see that. I can see it clearly, but it's like I'm so wrapped up into this. What are my options that are being weighed, right? It's obviously a long-standing thing. I mean, the Emperor, right? The Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. It's long-standing, but it's not a shake-up per se. And I honestly, Cancer, I'd love to know what's going on too. But with all the major arcana, it's like it's almost out of our hands completely. The Emperor in reverse, the Judgment, again, Temperance, Strength, right? The Devil. So I'm really not sure per se, but there's that Fool again. It's time for some sort of new start, right? Now, I've been exercising boundaries. That could be a good place to start if you don't want to diffuse the relationship or the living arrangement or whatever, right? New starts can take on many, many forms. It doesn't have to be you packing your bag and moving to a different city. It doesn't have to be. But like I said, the cliffhanger here about... Shit. Okay. No. No. That's all wrong. The cliffhanger here is that if I'm changing in my mind, I'm changing, then things around me will start to change in response to that, right? So, but this is the change. And I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't really like it. But if I hang around for too much longer, it will get detrimental, right? With the Tower card here. That even if I'm confident and meticulous in my actions, that it seems like it's just very disruptive. So if you were coming for that answer, I know nobody really comes for that answer, but if you were coming for that answer, there it is. It's the beginning of a shakeup. Now, if you've noticed, like I said, I could work with this person, I can work with this person, I can work with this person, I can grow, I can change, I can do, I can get better and better and better and better and better, and something still does not progress. It does not move forward, right? Now, say if this was an engagement kind of thing, if we've been together forever, we have all the bills together, we have this nice house, this great backyard, we've got a happy family, but they still refuse to propose, say. then maybe it's just time for you to understand that it's not a working with, like it's not something that I have to work with you to get you to do what I want to do. Remember the first rendition of that Emperor was like an overly controlling, right? I'm trying to overly control a situation. Maybe it's just something you have to accept. That maybe they just don't want marriage, or literally they'll make it work with anybody, but if that other person came along, they skeet and just leave you with everything. Or take everything, you know? I'm not really sure. I'm not really asking. Okay, can I have a little bit more about this Tower card, please? There's actually a lot going on, so please do keep that in mind. It would take a lot. It would take a lot to heal and move on from whatever the situation is, right? And I don't think that both parties are involved in that. With the Magician in reverse under all of those, I don't think both parties are really digging on that. So it'd be like really, really one-sided and probably in vain. Two people have to actually have the same goal in mind in order to reach that. Okay, I have the Four of Cups, and it's some sort of acceptance. Okay, and that's a fun little experiment. So if you just want to experiment with that first, why don't you just accept it? Accept that it's never going to be that way, but isn't it fine the way that it is? You know, like I said, it just seems like something is, you know, getting under your skin. It's a thorn in your side. It's bothersome. It's worrying, and like you can't stop focusing on it. Just why don't you just look at it and be like, okay, you know what? That is what it is. Now, what else can I worry about? What else can I think about? What else can I try to change? Because this mountain is immovable, and I'm actually just shaking up the world, creating an earthquake, trying to get that mountain to move. And the Seven of Wands. It's like an accept defeat. A bit of humility. Accepting some sort of defeat doesn't necessarily mean that you've become defeated, right? Especially when you're dealing with a partnership situation, because it's not going to be your way all the time. You are dealing with an entire other human being, right? And I don't care what they told you in the storybooks about every relationship should progress. Like within a year, you should be engaged, and within a year, you should be married. And then you should have your house, and you should have children after. And the ring should cost exactly this much of your income, and the house should cost exactly this much of your income, and this, that, and the other. It's not. It's all bullshit. It's the cover of Vogue, for God's sake. Everything's airbrushed. Nothing actually works like that. But when you do have a person that you're dealing with, why don't you just try to figure out exactly what would make them the most happy, and then see if you can help them achieve that. And then when it's your turn, you turn around and they'll scratch your back. Apparently this has been going on for quite some time. But I think if you keep persisting and keep pushing, you will knock the tower down on you, right? But if you just accept it for what it is and accept defeat on the situation, like I said, there doesn't seem to be any third party. It's just that, you know, if you keep pushing, they'll be like, you know what, I'll just better off without all this bullshit. I'll just go be single. That's the Queen of Wands in the upright. Right? I feel like an acceptance of defeat kind of balances this other party just a little bit, right? And I don't necessarily have to come out and say, you know what, it is what it is, you win. I don't have to, I just have to know it. I have to invariably know it beyond a shadow of a doubt in myself, that having this person in my life is more important to me than being right, or having that ring, or having that paper signed, or whatever the ordeal is, having that child adopted. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't necessarily see children in the mix. Of course, it could be, right? Like this whole situation right here looks like it probably could be something similar to that, right? Baby mama drama or something, right? You want them to adopt or yada, 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 or they want you to stop accepting child support, or yeah, whatever the situation is. I mean, like I said, unless it involves children. But in this case, just keep an eye on the child. Do you understand? What is best for the child that takes precedence, because that's a future generation. I'm not trying to build children that need therapy for the way that they were raised. And it could be something of the sorts of the baby mama drama kind of thing going on here that your partner just doesn't want to deal with anymore. They're done with it. I have the 8 of Pentacles. There is meticulous work going into whatever this situation is, right? That's the second card of juggling, is the 2 of Pentacles. Now it's the 8 of Pentacles, but instead of working diligently, working on something, it seems like what they're doing is they're juggling or trying to keep all of those balls in the air, right? So it does, and it has, and it's been taking a lot of work, and it will take a lot of work to get to or come to an agreement on this. But don't be afraid to just take a step back from this Emperor in reverse, because whatever this situation is, whatever this energy is, be it insecurity, be it a need to control meticulously those around me, whatever it is, it's probably the deciding factor on why this doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Midas, would you please stop? Bro, you've been hot and heavy for like 2 minutes. I can't read anymore. I'm pissed. Anyway. Nope. I broke the contact. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the read, please like, comment, subscribe to. Hit the bell if you want to be informed next time I upload. And until then, thanks for stopping at Eyes to See Tarot.